of, work-related things, but also where you live, what you think, who you vote for, all the different things that are influencing your, essentially your existence on this planet are really predicated, and you'll be shocked if you really think about it, are really predicated on your financial situation. So we're going to roll into point number 3, and we're going to get to point number 4 as well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying this, because this really is, for Julie and I, these are not points we read anywhere or heard anywhere. We assembled these from our own life experience, and also from having done 16 bazillion coaching calls.
Yes, absolutely.
Helping some people figure these things out on their own. So let's get to point number 3. Before we do, I want to remind everyone, it's not too late for you to download your 2021 business plan. Just text 2021 to 47372. Text 2021 to 47372. And when you do that, we're going to text you back it's 7 books. But the 2 that I want you to read right away is going to be Think and Grow Rich for Real Estate. And that is Napoleon Hill's public domain version of his book with a lot of added real estate content. And also the Real Estate Treasure Map, which is your fill in the blank 2021 business and life plan. Those 2 books work perfectly in conjunction with each other. I'll strongly suggest as you're going through filling out your Real Estate Treasure Map, your business plan, you are also remembering the notes of these 4 rules that Julie and I are sharing with you today. Do you want to get to point number 3, Julie?
Yes. So if you missed points number 1 and 2, get caught up on your podcast, because we're starting on rule number 3. Everything is better when you're rich. Nothing is worse. When you have normal life problems, does having money make those problems better or worse? Even in the worst case scenarios of life, they're better when you are rich. I've had this conversation with lots of coaching clients, as I know you have as well. Mm-hmm. And that could be choose your tragedy, life, death, divorce, got behind on a health insurance bill, whatever.
Alien invasion,
zombie apocalypse, global pandemic.
Yeah,
even a global pandemic.
Well, just hover there. I mean, what happened during a global pandemic? People in the big cities in Manhattan and they went to their summer houses and they moved.
It was better for them.
But they did. They moved. Sure. They left, and they're not going back. And that's happening all across the country and all across the world.
And furthermore, the government also recognized that things are better with money, so they did things like threw PPP money at you and different things like that.
I read an interesting article this morning that for years it was argued that there is no increase in people living or moving from big tax states like New York, let's say, for example. The rich, the premise was you can raise the taxes to the moon and back, and rich people are going to stay put because their kids go to school there, they work here. Mm-hmm. This is where they have their roots. They don't care about taxes. It's not actually a
thing.
And that was the argument for a long time. Mm-hmm. But now they're reversing all of it because when the pandemic broke, a lot of people used the pandemic sort of as their nail in the coffin to leave, no pun intended there, to leave these big, urbanly dense, very expensive areas, and they're not going back. And so finally the same people, I don't know what you want to call them, economists that were saying that there is no correlation between taxes and a rich flight, let's call it that. They're now reversing and saying, well, now because of the pandemic, it seems that these trends are not going to be reversing. And what you're seeing in a lot of these, well, it's happening everywhere, guys. In Miami, it's happening, in the condo towers. Like in the towers in Miami for a long time, those were super hot. And the residential single-family houses were just okay. Now it's just completely reversed. In Austin, Texas, we talked